It took me 6 years to figure this out. 6 years of streaming. Let's get into it. So 6 years. What am I even talking about? When I first started, you're meeting new people. You're always meeting new people in this space. And the question came up of, why do you stream? And I didn't know what to say. I liked video games. I worked at GameStop to kind of be in that culture. You know, I work in aviation, with an older generation. And so video game culture wasn't really big at that time. So we're talking, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. When I started working at GameStop to sort of be surrounded by the things that I really enjoy, I found out that I didn't have time to enjoy those things because I was working two jobs. I had my aviation job fixing airplane parts, components, which was a normal 40-hour a week job. And then I'd go work at GameStop and I had no time to enjoy things. I just had time to buy stuff, So when someone told me about streaming, I was already watching like YouTube videos and stuff, of course, right? Back then, that was a thing. So I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos on game reviews, on product reviews, box openings, stuff like that. Stuff that was sort of generating, momentum back then. Cell phone reviews had already kind of reached their full speed. And then all the phone stuff became kind of the same, except like how many lenses they have. But box openings and everything, people were starting up their channels for that, and it was a big thing. And someone told me about streaming, and I was like, wait a minute, what? You're telling me people will watch other people play a video game? And I didn't understand it, and I never really did, and until I actually started doing it maybe a couple years in. So that was kind of the first discovery that took some time, was why do people watch? Why are there communities created around this one person and their live stream? So whenever someone asks me that question, I'd be like, I don't know. I wanted to be around this industry. And then I started changing my answer to just kind of being blunt, but I also felt like that was the obvious. And I'm only being blunt because I felt like if I didn't say it, I was lying. But people already know what you're doing. So I started saying, well, hobby pays for itself, and I might as well do it. Or, I would like to, turn this into a job or something like that. Just basically talk about how I wouldn't mind making money doing this thing. And that's honest, right? But that was just too blunt, and that wasn't the core reason. I didn't feel good about that answer. Not only does it sound kind of greedy, like you don't care about the people that watch your channel, but you also just care about the bank. And I'm not about that. I know I'm not about that. So even when I thought I was being 100% honest, I really wasn't, and I didn't know it. So let's fast forward. Now I'm streaming on Kick. You can check me out. kick.com/AZandSlickSlider, just all over the internet. It's my name. I have 2 kids now, family, all that stuff, bills. And I started getting this like anxiety, I've always had it. And I realized streaming helps me lower that. Gaming and streaming helps me lower that. Helps me sort of just focus my mind on the positive, focus my mind on the good stuff, gaming, enjoying stuff with the people of the community, of the Slick Nation. Then I started meeting other creators because I have been doing this sort of weekly Destiny raid thing for about 6 months now, probably. And it's going, but it's sort of now kind of picking up momentum because I have a core team that I can pull from. If, say, there's a difficult raid coming up and someone wants to learn, or I want to learn, I have a core team I can pull from. So thanks to them, this would not have been discovered or possible without those core teams. I like to call them my A team. And, so I pull them in if we want to teach or whatever in Sherpa. And I found out that's so fun. That's so fun to teach people and to get people through raids. And if I wanted to have a mission statement of focus, right? Because, box openings, now that I don't work at GameStop anymore, I only have one job. I can't really do that all the time, right? I'm not getting products sent to me so I can open up stuff and review them. And even when I did do reviews, I don't know how to make a forum for that or a script for that. It's going to take time. And that takes a little bit of capital, right? So I don't want to do that. I play Destiny 2 a lot and I have a lot of fun with it. I have a lot of fun with friends. And I know that's not a new mission statement to Sherpa people in raids, right? To have a Sherpa sort of stream or even a trials carry stream. I understand that. But I discovered that's what I want to reach for. I want to, for the remaining years of Destiny 2, of the Light Saga, because we don't know what's going to come after that, if it's going to be raids or anything, if it's even going to look the same. We just know it's going to be called Destiny, maybe. So, for the time remaining of the Light Saga, I would like to take as many people through things they haven't experienced in Destiny 2 because they don't have friends to take it through. Now, understand what I'm saying. I want to take people that don't have friends and get them through things that do require friends. So you got to understand what kind of people we're dealing with. One, me. I was like that. I'd go to work, come home. That's it. Go to work, come home. That's it. Right. And that sort of, I don't know. I felt like I was hurting socially. My social skills were just bad, and they still are, but that's a really difficult challenge because you're trying to get these people that aren't used to other people and put them in a team function, a team event. So I know that mission statement is really difficult and really a challenge. But if, that whole saying, if I reach for the stars, at least I fall among the clouds, or something like that. You can imagine on a poster. So that's my mission statement for right now. Obviously, this is going to go away with Destiny 2, but if you come by the streams over on Kick, you know that I don't only play Destiny 2. I played Path of Exile and Escape from Tarkov last night. Just downloaded Apex Legends. We have Cyberpunk on here, I think. Is it still downloaded? Yeah, so I play other games, but we could, like Astrocross will take his skills that he has learned in his reviews and game breakdowns of game mechanics, and he will take that over to, say, New World or another game, and it's the skills and team and people that he's sort of gathered himself around and gathered, skill-wise, and he's able to take that. So that's what Destiny is for me. It's an amazing, amazing game to have all this possibilities for what I'd like to do as far as me getting people through things they haven't experienced yet because they don't have a fire team. Why am I making this video? Why am I even talking about this? I'm telling you, it took me 6 years to feel confident in an answer of why I stream. Let that sink in. To me, when I say that out loud, that tells me that you don't really know yourself about streaming unless you've been doing content creation for a while. And not like YouTube and TikTok. I mean, like, maybe you're a stand-up comedian. You know your purpose. You know your audience. You know what your limitations are as far as how long you can put on a show. I know 3 hours. I'm good for 3 hours. I'm good. After 3 hours, it's going to be difficult to keep the energy going, to keep the communication flowing, or maybe even just talking to myself and making commentary on things. I know I got 3 hours. That took me about probably 4 or 5 years to know, and a year after that to accept it as a limitation and not try to stretch myself. Obviously, I will throw down a 12-hour stream. I'll throw down a long stream and say that's casual for me. I have no problem, but that's because I know, like, after 3 hours, I'm just sitting there having a good time gaming and I'm not being an entertainer. So if you're just starting out on streaming, why I'm making this video, if you're just starting out on streaming, give it time. Give it time. Give it time. This is not a sprint, and it is a marathon. Give it time. Learn your basics. You have a question? Go to YouTube. Go to the people that have already done it and are willing to teach you on how to do it, right? My sound quality. It may not be the best, but people say it's, I get compliments on it. I don't know how. I literally just follow a video and sort of just, Googled maybe the terminology that they used in the video to understand what it actually does. Another thing is on Kick now, I keep saying this, I'm more of a viewer than a streamer. I go to Kick to watch channels more so than I stream. And that's not because I'm tired of streaming or I'm bored. And that's also not because I just want to network and get my name out there and be in people's chats and communities, and maybe they'll come and find me. They'll go, hey, I saw you in that channel that I watched, and I'm going to watch you too. No, I'm not doing that. It's to sort of get my pulse, or my hand on the pulse, right? Is that what they say? My ear to the ground. I want to know in the Destiny directory of Kick, what are people doing? What's the vibe? What are we doing with exotics? I know they just released like what, when you change your loadout, you can't shoot for 2 seconds. They just had exotic armor piece changes and stuff. I want to hear what people's thoughts are, so I can understand, if there's an inside joke that I should know about, or what are the inside jokes of Kick. So I don't just watch Destiny stuff. I watch other people, big streamers, small streamers. I just want to get the vibe of Kick, and I think there's going to be an echo of Twitch on Kick, but I think slowly you're going to start seeing things develop from Kick if it continues on and grows, right? YouTube, it felt kind of hollow as far as a community or a vibe sense, if that makes sense. I'm saying sense a lot. It felt like this is a general emoji. This is a smiley emoji. This is a thumbs up. YouTube logo, it was very generic. It had no personality. And I want to get to know what Kick's personality is, because maybe it's starting to develop one. And that's why I'm a viewer more so than a streamer. Plus, I've seen some cool stuff from watching streams that I've implemented and modified to, or personalized into my stream. I remember, I think it was a shout out that when you shout someone out, they have one of their most recent clips playing on your stream. And I'm like, wow, that's an awesome thing to show what they do on their channel. Maybe they're doing a cool cooking show and I don't even know, because they just came from playing Destiny 2 and my shadow just says they played Destiny 2. But maybe they have a cool clip where they're doing something cool with cooking or building a bird house or something. And there's a clip of it. It pulls it up. Now people know. I saw that. I'm like, I want to implement that in my stream. And I modified it, I personalized it, and made it a part of my own. I added it to what I already have. Obviously, I can't do that on Kick because we don't have any bots for that yet. But hopefully, Kick, hopefully soon, you will. But long story short, it's going to take some time if you're getting into the streaming thing. And I just sort of wanted to voice my thoughts out saying, wow, it took me 6 years to have a confident answer of why I stream. 1, this is my mental health medicine. This is my relaxation. This is my spa day. Put on some Destiny 2 trials. Stress the hell out. Oh, yeah. But it helps me sort of just not worry about the adult stuff that I got to worry about every single day. And 2, I get to take people through Destiny content that don't have people to go through it with. And that was me a long time ago. When I first started playing Destiny 2, I had no one to go through it with. We did an LFG. This is where I met one of my mods, Lord Saber. We did an LFG and because we had some people leave the raid and stuff. It was Leviathan, and we had a bunch of crazy people come in. They were racist, or they found out I was streaming and just being assholes because they wanted to disrupt my stream. And so yeah, like, I don't want people to go through that. I want people to go through Leviathan as many times as they can, or it's not around anymore, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? I want people to go through things and not have a fear of reaching out. That's what the LFG is there for, is to do what I want to do. But you have a bunch of uncontrolled crazy people in there, and eventually I'm going to go into there myself and try to pull out the good from there. But until then, I'm joining the ranks of Destiny players, of other Guardians that are going to help Sherpa people through raids. And that's my second reason. You know, there are two reasons why I stream, and that's the second one. Now, would I be doing that if I wasn't streaming? I think I would. I think that's part of answer number one, that this is a mental medicine for me, because I get to be in a group with my friends. And then when we're done, the person's so thankful. Oh, thank you for getting me through this raid. You know, oh, you guys are awesome. You know, you guys make it funny and stuff like that. And that's a reassuring that I'm doing the right thing. So yeah, I do that if I wasn't streaming too. For people that are about to comment and say, you're only doing it to make yourself grow. That sounded wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say. I enjoy doing that, and I would do it without streaming or creating content. But go back to answer number one, or reason number one. Streaming is also a help mental health thing for me as well. So I keep repeating, this video has gone long enough. I stream Tuesdays late night, 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then I stream Thursday, Friday, Pacific Standard Time at 3. So catch me then. And I do stream outside of those, but sometimes that may not, you know, I don't want to schedule those. So, but the kiddos are coming in, so I'm going to end this video, and I'll catch you later. Keep on slaying out there.